not quite showing the blink yet. It is the one, the only PiLiPiLi.
And his opponent, down in the bottom left, we have got our blue Protoss, Marsman.
The reason for PiLiPiLi not always going stalkers sometimes, or more so, we're seeing a lot more blink stalkers specifically in non-PvP, is just adepts are really good. It's hard to go stalker via adept, but you do see a lot of stalkers anyways go verse them, but we're seeing a distinct lack of blink stalker all-ins now.
Yeah, and Adept's really good in the early game for that harass. However, the Stalkers, at the same time, they might be able to push away that harass, but why worry about pushing away harass when you can build pylons to push away and build Adepts?
Pylon good.
There is also that.
Do you remember that amazing time when you were playing Protoss and Adepts had 200, like 160, 160, and you could get an Adept armor upgrade, and Blizzard was like, nah, we're gonna wait and see if they're overpowered. And then you have a whole bunch of tournaments, then it's 95% Protoss, and then there's like one Terran who is really good with Liberators.
Yeah, and you could just like mass Adepts because they were so powerful.
Auto injects? Wow, auto injects is Zerg. I literally started playing Zerg the day they implemented auto injects. I'm like, cool, I don't need to learn macro. This is awesome. And then they bring it back, and I'm like, crap, I kind of play Zerg. I guess I have to learn how to inject.
Looks like really similar builds from both players this time, both getting those Nexuses around the same time, those Nexi. We got Gateways at around the same time. Cyber Cores at slightly the same time there. It's pretty similar between these two players this time.
Much more similar than last game. Maybe that situation, this is a best of 3, and like, okay, we can set off the first game with a weird tempo, but the second game, no. Marsman's being careful, and PiLiPiLi, I think, is just switching it up. He is going 2 gate, though, right off the bat, instead of going gate into a robo after the cyber, so he does have some plans for aggression, but it's only the 2 adept where maybe I do like 5 or 6 kills, and then I'm just slightly ahead, not really a full thing.
Another, yeah, there is that pylon there, though, for PiLiPiLi. Looks like we might see some trouble. What is it going to be? What is that? That's a Stargate this time. We have a proxy Stargate there from PiLiPiLi.
See what PiLiPiLi does with this. I have seen him do proxy Void Ray. Maybe we're gonna see the Roddy build. I wish the Roddy build was still alive. Did we not see the Roddy build in the BlizzCon WCS finals?
In the finals.
Yeah, in Life vs SOS, he went carriers.
Oh yeah.
He didn't proxy carrier, but it was effectively.
Wait, there were
carrier.
There were carriers.
He was very excited. I remember just looking at Rotterdam when that happened, and he had like this grin on his face, and it was like, and I just remember someone asking Rotterdam, may have been live on stream, of, is that a good idea? And Roddy was like, this is the stupidest idea ever. Like, it's my build, but it's stupid. Don't do it. Ooh, these have to be really careful. PiLiPiLi does not want to overextend into the stalkers of Marsman. Already, both of his stalkers have taken a slight amount of damage that are not their shields, and Marsman is going to be able to take any fights 3-on-2. And actually, PiLiPiLi's got to be very careful.
Ooh, one stalker
this could escalate.
Fall. And behind this, PiLiPiLi has gotten a Twilight Council, but we've got double Stargate also for Marsman. So I'm wondering if he's going to go for some serious air here.
And does Marsman have any inclination about what PiLiPiLi is doing? Let's think about it. He saw 2 early stalkers. PiLiPiLi likes his aggression, and then he negates. Okay, now he sees the Oracle. But before that, I don't think he had any idea about it.
The Oracle goes around, gets, was that 1 probe? Oh, 3 probes. He's got a 3 probe kill.
Come on, it's on the left-hand side. Believe in yourself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We've got 2 stalkers, so this is probably going to be, you know, I feel like this is going to be Phoenix into Carrier. So we're going to get maybe 7 to 8 Phoenix, maybe even more, and then go into Carrier, unless it's completely mass Phoenix. But Carrier, you know, a decent unit now. Oh, actually, he's getting a Robo. Maybe he'll just go Robo units behind this.
That would be cool. Phoenixes are never quite given enough props for how good they are, because they just negate units. Just, hey, I pick you up, you can't do anything now. At least the Phoenixes now, at first I didn't think they were going to go after the Oracle, but now they are, only when they have got a decent mass that is 3 Oracles. More Oracles on the way, as Koshkii was mentioning, 2 at a time. It's going to be 5 when they hit the enemy base, and now it's a scary position where the only way PiLiPiLi is safe is if he hangs around a pylons for further overcharges, or the Phoenixes can literally pick up all the Stalkers. And hey, can't do nothing now.
Blink is getting a bit close to finish now for Pili, but the Phoenix are arrived at the base already. Once these Stalkers have Blink, that is going to be a huge advantage. Because Blink Stalkers do a decent job versus Phoenix. They'll hold them off a little bit better. We do have Immortals now following up there for Mars, though. So he's actually not going to be going for like carriers or anything. Probably more, or at least not yet, but probably more Robo units.
There is enough Stalkers now to push back the Phoenixes, but you always have the situation where the Phoenixes find like 3 Stalkers, like, oh, we can take this. We can totally do this, guys. Let's do this. Like, coming as a group. It's their entire squadron's, like, birthday when that happens. But big blink forward from PiLiPiLi's actually able to catch 1 Phoenix out of position. And right now, the biggest issue is defending your main natural and third, of course, from these Phoenixes. Natural looks good. There's a couple footed overcharges. Main, not so good, though. There's a distinct lack of cannon, and PiLiPiLi is going to be pulled between his third and the main.
Yeah, the Phoenix is still going around looking to do some damage here. Robo Bay and a Twilight now out for Mars as well. So Mars is still macroing behind all this harass. The Stalker's
like
moving out,
big
though.
Harassment.
Right is the Phoenix hit.
Stalkers halfway across the map. The Phoenixes pick up a total of 7 kills. Can they pick up anything more? I think they couldn't pick anything more. They can, but they're going to come home for the defense. And this is the situation where as long as Marsman has kind of what PiLiPiLi has, the Phoenixes just negate a lot of these Stalkers. PiLiPiLi does a huge blink into the main. No Warp Prism, so no chance of a Sentry, but we are seeing Marsman get up into this main position. And let's see how the Phoenixes Graviton Surge. Kappa. Graviton Beam.
This was actually a smart move from Pili to blink up into that main because there is the Great Wall of Pylons here at the third. You don't really want to attack into that.
To boot, to get up into the main with the ground army. Oh, the Phoenixes get in a bad position, does lose 1 Phoenix, but to boot, the ground army also has to go through two gateways. It's a little bit of a choke point, so it's not too fun for him. And just to note, we do have 600 minerals, 200 gas in the bank for Marsman. I'd love to see some more Phoenixes come out. I think that would be wise. It's going to be an Oracle.
Marsman did take down that observer that was giving Pili that high ground vision, though, in the main, so that is actually pretty important for him because it's going to take just a little bit extra work now to get to blink up there.
This could be the big engagement, but Marsman is being careful. Just to note, PiLiPiLi does have charge, so Marsman has to be very careful about the Zealots kind of getting in and around the Stalkers or possibly even stripping off those immortal barriers. We'll see. PiLiPiLi has phenomenal control when it comes to getting surrounds with Zealots in these, like this type of all-in. It's not even all-in, just this type of pressure. Looking for that prime opportunity.
Pili looking like he wants to push now into the Nat. Get some pylon kills, probably blink away. There he goes. He blinks away the injured Stalkers. Getting some pylon kills at the same time, so that was worth.
Marsman is a little bit worried about a Warp Prism heading into his main. The Phoenixes are ready for the for the main, but third is going to be at jeopardy. What's going to happen, Koshkii?
Looks like Pili probably going to have some nice blinks to blink away the hurt Stalkers. But the army of Marsman and these Photon Overcharges doing a decent job. The Phoenix is also lifting. At the same time, an Oracle is going kind of nuts in Pili's third, killing off a lot of probes. Pili had a decent jump away from that disruptor hit, but a lot of damage has been done from still some of that disruptor and from those overcharges.
20 workers going down in total. Marsman has killed 29 workers with Phoenixes and Oracles, and as you mentioned, Koshkii, the third is now kind of non-existent. 37 probes of PiLiPiLi to the A65 of Marsman. Big blink forward. PiLiPiLi's focusing down some Immortals. The Zealots are just so much DPS, but let's see how the Adepts do versus the Zealots. Another big warp in from PiLiPiLi on this right-hand side. He does have to reposition to the Disruptor. Takes out 3 or 4 Stalkers, and that may be exactly what Marsman needs, but with a distinct lack of Zealots to tank PiLiPiLi's Zealots, he's just kind of crumbling.
Yeah, Pili has done a great job in pushing with this attack again. Those Zealots doing a good job, and even though he lost a little bit to that disruptor. He wasn't looking too bad in that push.
He was not looking too bad. This completely crap at the mouth. The mothership core is being focused down. No photon overcharges, nothing at all coming out of it. And once again, this robotics facility may be stopped or hampered for a few seconds. PiLiPiLi morphing in more Archons, but Marsman has a prime opportunity for a concave. Time warp comes down for PiLiPiLi. He still has the option of teleporting back home if he needs to. And just remember that robotics facility still can't work. And do we see 2 robotics facilities? We do see 2 robotics facilities for Marsman. Finally realizing that another disruptor is coming down and gradually, inch by inch, PiLiPiLi's making it, but the disruptor is going to start boxing PiLiPiLi out. We'll see how many workers PiLiPiLi can kill, though, because at home, as I mentioned before, it is 37 to 62. PiLiPiLi is all in.
The Warp Prism did fall, but however, look at the mineral difference here between Marsman and PiLiPiLi. Marsman has got a lot of minerals there.
Oh, the PiLiPiLi's in the main. Oh, the disruptor shot.
That disruptor did die, though.
You don't even know what happened. You just know I say, oh, I'm like, oh, something happened. It was amazing, but you don't get to know. Finally, Marsman defends, and PiLiPiLi won game 1, correct?
Yes, he did.
All right, so Marsman is fighting for his life right here. It is a best of 3. Let's look at units lost. 12,000 to 13,000. Marsman actually lost a little more, but he's taking a 4th, and as we've mentioned, there's not that many workers for PiLiPiLi. PiLiPiLi in that last Stalker attack killed a couple workers here and there, tried to do it, but it's looking strongly in favor for Marsman. Just a note, yesterday, when I was watching those disruptor shots, I think it was Huck versus someone. Someone killed 9 of Huck's disruptors with one of their disruptors. One disruptor killed, all 9 were clumped up, and it didn't even win him the game. It was so sad, but it killed 9. And another Oracle by PiLiPiLi. Wow, Marsman has not found that Stargate yet. One
big difference here, though, between Marsman and PiLiPiLi is that PiLiPiLi has +2 attack, and Marsman has no upgrades. He is just now finishing up his forge, I believe. So those upgrades could make a huge difference in the upcoming battle.
+1 is on the way, respectively, for Marsman, and we'll see if that can pan in, but it's still on the way. Like you were saying, it's literally 2 attack versus 0 attack, nothing else. Blink for both sides. Thankfully, PiLiPiLi's not getting disruptors, but when you do have the possibility of disruptors, there's much less blink micro, blinking back individually healed units. You just blink the entire thing back. So I do like that there's a lack of blink units for PiLiPiLi, but he's actually got out of position. A big blink forward for Marsman, and the issue when you don't have disruptors, there is nothing blocking and boxing out your force. PiLiPiLi has to get damage done. He cannot engage the main force of Marsman, and he knows this. He's going to try to fall back onto an Oracle. I'd love to see a stasis ward from the Oracle to help out, but the Oracle is now killing as many probes as it can into the 3rd base of Marsman. Same time, as I mentioned, PiLiPiLi cannot engage directly with Marsman, but he's going to try to make it. Let's see how good the blinks are. Disruptor shots going out. They are whiffed, but there's just too much here. GG from PiLiPiLi, and Marsman evens it up 1-1.
GG, well played there from Marsman. Marsman, at the end of that, did get the Adept upgrade, and that Adept upgrade is huge. That's 45% extra attack speed, so that's a big difference. And that really did well, and it showed. Even though there was the upgrade disparity, the army units were more there for Marsman, so there was more army for Marsman, and the Adept upgrade really helped.
Marsman had a stronger economy for a longer period of time, was up by about 20 workers, and was just trying to get his robotics facility up, and PiLiPiLi just kept saying, nope, nope, sniping all the pylons around it. And I'm just curious, Adept attack speed, what is that? Come on, I believe in you, Wikipedia. Speed is 3.5. I don't think that's... what's your attack speed? Come on, guys. Oh, okay, perfect. It's...